In this video, we're going to look at a method called completing the square that we're going to use to be able to solve quadratics. The nice thing about this method is it can be used for any quadratic, whether that quadratic could be factored or not. So perfect square trinomials, as you may recall, have the form x squared plus 2ax plus a squared, where a is some integer. So what it means is that if you take the coefficient of the x term, which is 2a, take half of that, which would be a, and square it, that will be the last term or the constant in the equation. So, for example, and the advantage of that is it can be factored to x plus a squared. When we can do that, we can then take the square root of both sides of our equation to solve. So for example, here we have x squared plus 4x minus 2 is equal to 3. So the coefficient of the middle term is 4. So in that case, we're saying that 4 is equal to 2a, and we want our last term here to be equal to a squared. Well, the first thing is we find out what a is by taking half of this coefficient. So half of the coefficient of the x term is 2. We then square that to get 4. So in order for this left side to be a perfect square trinomial, it would have to be x squared plus 4x plus 4. So in each of these cases, we're going to have to do something, add to or subtract from this last term in order to put it in the perfect square trinomial form. Whatever we do to the left side of the equation, we have to do to the right side as well. So in this case, what we're saying is that we have to add 6 to both sides of this equation so that we can get the left side into the perfect square trinomial form. If we add 6 to the left side, we're going to get x squared plus 4x plus 4. On the right side then, we're going to have to get 9 because we've added 6 to both sides. So what we now have is that x squared plus 4x should be a 4x plus 4 is equal to 9, or in factored form, x plus 2 squared is equal to 9. And this factored form is what's going to enable us to solve, because as our next step, what we're going to do is we're going to say that when we take the square root of the left side, we get x plus 2. The square root of the right side, we get plus or minus the square root of 9. So that gives us two different solutions. X is equal to negative 2 plus 3, and x is equal to negative 2 minus 3. 3, again, positive and negative 3 are the square roots of 9. That gives us two solutions. X is equal to 1, and x is equal to negative 5. We also can take a look at what this looks like when graphed. Here we have the blue representing the graph of x squared plus 4x minus 2, the red dashed line representing the line y is equal to 3. You can see that these intersect at 2 points. We have the point 1 comma 3 and the point negative 5 comma 3. The 1, that was one of our solutions, x is equal to 1. The negative 5 of this point was our other solution, x is equal to negative 5.